Hello, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, you're absolutely welcome. My name is Chinenye Umaka and I am an international student currently in the United States of America. Well, first off, let me start by saying congratulations, you've gotten your visa. I feel so happy because I was in your shoe, I was in your exact same shoe about a year ago. I mean, from now where I'm making this video, but in the future it could be like 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So but I am so happy for you because it's no easy feat and you did it. Congrats. I'm so happy for you. If you're new to my channel, you're absolutely welcome. I help international students to be able to navigate their way to studying here in the United States. I also make videos that help international students navigate their way into studying here in the United States. Today's video is a must watch because you've gotten your visa and now you want to know what to pack and not to pack. I mean, you're in the right place because who best to learn or hear that than from somebody who also went through the same journey, right? So yeah, if you're preparing to move to the United States for your studies, what should you pack? What should you not pack? Or what should you leave behind? I made some mistakes, right, when I was coming down here, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. So I'm literally going to be telling you some of the things that I did that helped me in my own process and what things that I packed so that you as well can be able to pack in that light and save yourself a lot of struggle and also to help you avoid them. So without further ado, grab your notes, your pen, and let's begin to take notes. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with the non-negotiables. These are things that are non-negotiable that you must pack. And what are those things? Most importantly, they are your documents. So important documents like your passport, your visa, which of course is in your passport, your I-20 form, which is the white document. I'm sure if you are gotten your visa, you've applied to schools, you already know what an I-20 form is. But if you don't know, I'm going to leave a video in the description box so that you can watch that video and get an insight into what an I-20 form is. You also need your admission letter from the school. I mean, the school sent it to you, so you want to print out a hard copy of that and keep it as well. You also need your financial proof of documents, especially if you're not, sponsored by the school. Probably you're self-sponsored or your parents are sponsoring you. You need your financial proof of documents for that. You also need medical records, certification records, probably like you took COVID vaccine or you took certain vaccinations. You want a report or need your certificate of those vaccinations with you. Also your driver's license if you have one. I mean, we all know that passport is like a means of identification, but it's also nice for you to have your driver's license. That's one of the most recognized identity card or ID card here in the United States. So in this session, one of the pro tip I will let you know is keep a digital copy of all of these documents that I mentioned in your phone. Back it up to Google Drive. If you use iCloud, back it up there and just make sure you have digital copies of this document saved somewhere so that in case you misplace any of these documents, you easily have an access to it. But what I would advise you to do is make sure you don't misplace any documents, okay? So for clothes, right, you want to check the weather of the state that you're going to. Make sure you know exactly where you're going to. If it's a warm state where there is barely no winter, no snow, if it's states that are in the Midwest, maybe Michigan, Detroit, those places are literally cold. So you want to make sure that you are ready and you have the right clothes for the season. Or if you're going to a state that is literally warm, maybe Florida, where they don't even witness snow or all those kind of stuff. So make sure you're packing the right clothes for the right weather. You also want to pack layers of clothes like t-shirts, jeans, hoodies, or winter coat. If the state you're going to is not cold, please leave winter coats. Although I didn't buy winter coats, right, I bought it when I came here, but I see a lot of people making these mistakes. You're buying winter coats in Nigeria and packing all of that here. That space that the winter coat will take in your box, you could literally use that space for something else. So please leave the winter coat, pack your essentials, your t-shirts, your jeans. You see jeans, don't play with it, pack a lot. Pack. It was when I came here I started buying jeans again. So make sure you pack your jeans, you pack pack your t-shirts that you could randomly wear to school. If you're a female, make sure you pack enough t-shirts. You also want to get like comfortable shoes, maybe like flats, sneakers. You want to do that. You can pack your heels, but you're not going to be wearing that to school. I mean, for a state that is warm, you might probably want to get enough comfortable flat sandals or sneakers. But also, if you're going to a very cold state, depending on the period that you're coming, if it is fall, not so cold, it's still a bit of summer around that time, like not entirely cold, but starting from November, December, it starts to get cold. So you want to make sure that when you're coming in August, so you're coming with very comfortable sneakers that you can kind of like put on and go about your day. You also want to get socks, enough socks, because during winter you're gonna need that if you're going to a state that is very cold. Don't overpack your clothes, and that's the honest truth. When you come down here, you will see thrift stores like Goodwill, Marshalls, where you can get clothes for $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, right? Just save the money that you want to use and buy other clothes. That was a mistake I did. I bought a lot of clothes, like all these tank tops, jeans that don't even enter me anymore, especially one of the jeans I got from Nigeria, and I am so pained right now because there is no obioma here. And if you don't know what obioma is, tailor that can help you adjust these things. It's sitting right there in my cupboard doing nothing. So make sure, save your money, come with your jeans that you know that okay, fit you properly, and like in the next 1 or 2 months you'll be comfortable still wearing that. Then when you come here, you can buy jeans, or you can probably buy enough clothes. You will get them a lot from thrift stores. Trust me, you will see a lot. They do like a number of sales. $2 for like 2-piece, $3 for like 2-piece. Yeah, I know, because I just got some recently, and if I had saved up the money that I spent in buying the clothes that I bought from Nigeria, I probably would have bought like a lot here. So save your money so when you come here you can buy those stuff. Another thing you want to pack in your kit is your medications, right? You need your health supplies. I came along with a lot of medicines, and that's because I have specific health concerns which I'm not about to disclose here, but I came with like the basics, you know, paracetamol, aboniki I keep saying aboniki is like, I think, a stronger version of rub. I'm going to insert an image here so you know what it looks like. You also want to come with like painkillers, you know, pain ointment. If you have ulcer, please come with your ulcer medications, maybe like diclofenac for pains, malaria tablets, typhoid tablets. You want to come with those, but make sure that you have a doctor's prescription note for them. Although I was not asked this at the airport, because I had my doctor prescribe drugs for me for malaria, typhoid, and some certain other stuff. He gave like a doctor's note with prescriptions on how to take. So I packed them in my documents. I'm sure it should be somewhere around here. These are like my doctor's note, prescription, and for my eye. I have specific health concerns that require that I came with my doctor's note. So if you do, you probably want to infuse that in your list and preparation. Also, you want to make sure that your doctor's note is kept handy in your documents. The earlier document I mentioned that has to be in like your backpack. So like I said, make sure you get like over-the-counter pills, because here in the US, you can't just walk into a pharmacy and tell them, oh, I want paracetamol like we do back in Nigeria, or this or that. They're not gonna give it to you. No, you need a doctor's note here in the US to be able to get an over-the-counter pill. This is why I said come with your medications from Nigeria, so that if you have minor small issues like that, you can be able to take your medications and you're good. But if you're depending on getting that when you get here, I'm sorry to burst your bubbles, you will not be able to get that. You also want to come with like basic first aid kits, like maybe a thermometer or band-aid, good stuffs like that. You want to bring them as you come, so that in case you have like maybe like a small cut and you need to cover that, you don't want to go to the clinic for that, because health hospital bills here are really expensive. You see why I stretched that? Yeah, it's really expensive. So make sure you come with like your basic kit. Yeah, you could pack them in like a Ziploc bag. I'm going to leave an image of that so you know what a Ziploc bag looks like. Next thing you want to bring is your electronics and adapters. For instance, you want to come with your laptop. Of course, you're coming to school, so you need your laptop and your laptop charger. So if you use like a MacBook, the US socket here uses 2 ports. So this is the kind of charger that the US socket uses. Yeah, this. There are some that will come with like an extension here, making it 3, but this is what the mouth looks like. So avoid coming with, because I know the Nigerian socket has like 3 ports, but the 3 ports here is different from the port in Nigeria. I came with this when I was coming down here, and I had to buy this travel adapter. Yeah, so I had to get this so that it could fit this into this, right? And then this mount, you guys can see the US mount. So before I got this charger and my current iPhone charger that I use right now, this was what I came with so that I could be able to charge. But now I don't use this anymore. I use the charger that I got here. Like I said, if you don't want to get this, you can also get this travel adapter. But I mean, why get a travel adapter and have all this load and this again when you can just buy this type of charger in Nigeria and bring it down here? A MacBook already comes with things like this. Like they already have the mount, which you guys can see, right? It already has this, so you're good to go. You don't need to buy an extra one, except you just need extra one for safety. But you can literally get that here when you come. You can also get it on Amazon, or you can get it from any of the electronic stores here in the US. Your phone, of course, you need to come with your phone. You also need to come with your charger. Get a charger that has this 2 ports, because even on the plane, this is what you would get there. You will not get the normal Niger ports like thing. So you also want to get like external hard drives or USB for backup, like stuff like this. This is an SSD. You can get an external hard drive or an SSD just to, you know, store your important documents in it. This is like my life. I got this here in the US though. I didn't get this when I was coming down. If you want, you can save up your money and buy this here. So now let's go to personal and cultural comfort items. So for this, I would say you should come with your favorite snacks from home. Don't pack a lot of biscuits. That was one of the mistakes I made. You know, my mom and I went shopping for my trip and we bought biscuits, but the biscuits were a lot. I had to even give them out. But yeah, you don't want to come with that. You can come with like your native snacks, maybe like kuli kuli. I came with kuli kuli. I'll show you guys. But yeah, I came with kuli kuli, which you can snack on with your gari. I also came with gari. You know, you also want to come with like photos of your family, maybe like your childhood pictures, if your parents are willing to spare that, because my daddy did not spare my own. It was like, I need something to be looking at. Yeah, out of here. But I took pictures of them on my phone, so of course I have them on my phone here. And whenever I get like homesick, I miss my dad or I miss my mom, I just go over to our pictures and I look at that. And sometimes I call them on a video call, but that's not what this video is about. So you can come with family pictures, which you can just place on your walls. I would have said udara, but udara is season now. There was a day I was into my mom and my mom was like, oh, she's having udara. I'm like, mommy, you're trying to punish me. I didn't come down with udara, but udara is seasonal, so you can't come with it. If you don't know what udara is, I'm going to leave it here. It's like an African fruit in the eastern part of Nigeria, which Igbo people take all the time. So for food stuff, I would advise that you come with gari, you know, all those ingredients that are very scarce to find here, maybe like egusi, ogbono, uziza, utazi if you're Igbo, or for the grounded ones. Like all these things I'm mentioning, especially the egusi, ogbono, and ofo, make sure they are grounded like powder form, because if you carry them in their seed-like nature at the airports, they are literally going to seize those foodstuffs from you. Even before you get to the US airport, when you're at Lagos Airport, Abuja International Airport, they will run like checks on the food you're carrying, especially the agricultural team. So if they see that those things are not grinded, they would not allow you go with them. They would seize them, and trust me, it's either they end up in the trash or, you know, it's not in my mouth, you heard it, but you know what I mean. Also, you want to put them in Ziploc bag and label them so that even when you're at the airport and they're checking these things, they know that, okay, this is what this is, and if they ask you what is this, you can be able to answer the question and let them know, okay, this is made of this is this, and all that good stuff. You also want to come with ugu. You dry your ugu leaf, put them in the Ziploc bag. I mean, I will leave my travel prep video where I did almost all of these things, so you even see me drying my stockfish, drying my ugu, drying my bitter leaf there. So you want to bring all these things, like bring your African meals in their dry state. Do not come with chicken, do not come with meat, do not come with pomo, do not come with oil. By oil I mean bread oil and groundnut oil. You can get groundnut oil here, like the vegetable oil, and then you can get the red oil at African stores in your specific states that you're going to. So please come along with the basic things. I mean, other things you can get them here, okay? So come along with your golden morn, your cornflakes. You can get cornflakes here, but golden morn is one thing I've not seen around here so much, but you can get that at African store, only that it is going to be much more expensive. So maybe you can come with that, put it in a Ziploc bag and label it. You can also come with your seasonings. Just make sure that those seasonings do not have chicken or Maggi in them. Okay, so it could just be the normal no Maggi without that chicken emoji or chicken picture that is attached to it, or the meat image that is attached to it, because the US is very, very strict on meat and chicken being brought by international or foreign students into the US. Let's talk about basically what you should not pack. I know I already said it in passing in the first part of this video, so here I want to like specifically go into details about that. So you want to avoid these things because they are going to cost you and waste space in your bag, cost you extra baggage fees as well, or they are necessarily not even worth bringing. So you want to avoid too many clothes. Like I said, pack your necessities. So you don't need to bring your entire wardrobe. Stores like Walmart, Marshall, Goodwill, Target, and thrift stores, they really have affordable options. So you want to look into that when you come here. Also, bring your Ankara wear, your African wears, because I missed that. I only came with 3 and I've worn those 3. Now I'm looking for ways to get more African wears down here. Please, if you know any way I can do that, help me, because a girl is in dire need of African fabric. You want to come with enough of that. So your jeans, enough of your African wear, and a lot of t-shirts you're going to be wearing like in the first few months before you get your stipend and before you're able to now buy things and when you're more settled down. You also don't want to come with large cooking pots and pans. Again, you can buy these things at a thrift store, or if your school is very generous like my school is, they kind of like hosted household pick-up items for international students like myself and from other countries. So we went there, they gave us a voucher. You're not paying, there's no money, just go there, show them the voucher and pick whatever things you want, like from pots to frying pan to air fryer to clothes to spoons to mugs to cups. Like, it was a lot. So if your school is like that, you probably might get like a free fare where you go and pick things like that. But if not, do not carry pots. It's going to occupy space in your box. Save that space for something else. Another thing you should look out for is some of the dormitories or some of the apartments, especially for graduate students that you'll be coming to when you get here, is a shared apartment. I am currently living in a shared apartment. I'm sure you guys know that by now. Let me know if you would like an apartment tour. I know it's a little too late, but it's never too late. Delay is not denial. Let me know if you like an apartment tour so I can show you guys what a graduate apartment looks like and kind of like give you the details as to how much it's gonna cost, what the bill looks like, if it's a bill inclusive apartment or if it's not, you know, what the utilities you'll be getting and all that good stuff. Just let me know. So some dorms and apartments, they have like a shared kitchen. So some of your roommates might even have pots and pans, and if they're generous like mine, my roommates are the most sweetest people. I don't think I have one pot to my name, do I? Maybe just 1 or 2, which I picked from the fair. I mean, why stash pots and pans when your roommates have that? Like, it's occupying space in the entire house. I'm just thinking probably when I move to my own solid apartment where it's just me here, I can now buy my own pot. But for now, I'm just enjoying my gorgeous roommate pot. So you want to avoid prohibited items like knives, you know, liquids that are over 100 ml. That was the mistake I made. Thinking about it, I want to cry because like I did not know this. I knew this back then, but back then in Lagos airport, when they were moving my things, so your box is over 23 kg, this one is over 30 ml, this and that, move some things here to the other things. I forgot. In the heat and the rush, I forgot. I took my Johnson baby oil that I usually use to moisturize my skin, and I put it in my carry-on when it was supposed to be in my check-in bag. So please, don't make the mistake. Any product above 100 ml, 150, 200, 500, 800, 1 liter, put them in your check-in and make sure you wrap them in a way that when they are tossing your box, because these people at the airport, they toss boxes, when they are doing all of that and maybe things are spilling, it does not spill over. So what I did back in my time was, for every product that was coming in, I had this sellotape, right? And I used this, tape the mouth of the products that I was coming with. So you want to do that. That would help to secure it and then it doesn't just spill over. You want to make sure that every product above 100 ml goes into your check-in bag and products under 100 ml go into your carry-on bag. So like 30 ml, 50 ml, 90 ml, 88 ml, hey, you can carry those ones in your carry-on. Nobody will disturb you because they will feel like it's normal basic toiletries that you need on the plane and on your flight, especially if your flight is going for like a day or into 2 days. So packing hacks that I would recommend to you, which was something that I did that would help you save space and money, is to buy these packing cubes. I use that in my travel prep video. This will help you to save space and keep your things organized. So another advice I would give you is when you're packing your clothes, don't fold them, roll it. I learned this from my mom. By rolling, you're avoiding like wrinkles, and then it gives you more space to put things. I mean, if you're folding and folding and folding, it's gonna occupy space. So if you roll and put in a corner, that kind of thing, you stash it and it gives you enough space to pack a couple of other things as well. So another thing is, if you have like very heavy items or heavy clothing, I would advise wear those heavy clothing on your day of travel. Like maybe if it's a jacket or it's shoes, wear those heavy shoes on the day of your flight. Again, this would help you to save space and give you much more room to pack the most important things. Okay, you also want to check the airline that you're flying with, especially their baggage allowance. Most airline would give you 23 kg 2 bags. Some airlines will give you 23 kg bag allowance, so make sure you check that. And also you buy this weight scale that we use in weighing the box. I've used that a couple of times in my video. I'm sure you guys have seen it. So make sure you get stuff like that to be able to help you weigh your bag before you get to the airport. Even though at the airport they will still weigh. So if your bag goes overweight, they're going to charge you for that. The bag overweight fee is based on the airline you're using. My goodness, I paid over $300 when they weighed my bag. Yeah. So please weigh your bag before you leave. It's not like I didn't weigh my bag. I weighed my bag before I left, but there were some things I just couldn't leave. Things like my food stuff that I just couldn't drop. Yeah, so I was like, I mean, it's food I'm coming with, so I might as well bring the foods. Yeah, so for guys, they might, you know, they are very light packers because they're not packing quite a lot, I think. But for ladies, you know, we like to pack a lot of things because clothes are never enough for us. But please avoid these mistakes because I also did them, and I don't want you to go through the same stress. If you're using Lufthansa, just be aware that you will pay baggage fee, because I used Lufthansa when I was coming down and I paid baggage fee. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so yeah, and that's it, guys. Now you know exactly what to pack and what not to pack when moving to the US as an international student. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps YouTube push my video more, and it helps with my algorithm. And subscribe so you don't miss my future videos, because I'm about to serve you teas. Okay, I mean, don't you like the content you've been getting on my channel? Subscribe. Let me know in the comment section, like, what's that one thing that you'll be packing for your trip that you cannot do without? Let me know if it's a goosey, or if it's a bono, or if it's your bitter leaf that you cannot just do without packing. Just drop something for me in the comment section. Let's engage. Like, I'm really curious because I want you guys to take me to, you know, that moment where I was packing a couple of things. Like, I really miss those moments. Were so sweet for me and my family, most especially my parents. Like, they were so happy. Like, they were helping me through the entire phase. Like, Nenya, are you sure you've packed everything? Nenya, are you sure you've not missing anything? Like, please let me know in the comment section so I can as well be that. Are you sure you have not dropped this? Are you sure you have not packed it? Also, I have like a Telegram support group in the description box. Very, you know, very beneficial to your phase and your coming down here. I mean, even when you come down here, you still need all the support you can get, you know, in registering for a couple of things, probably like insurance and, you know, credit cards, all that good stuff. Like, in case you're confused about anything and what to do and what not to do, you know, the things to do when you get that, just join the Telegram group. You are covered in that group, just so you know. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for watching up until this point. I really do appreciate you and your time, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye, guys.